Good morning, traders. It's Wednesday, May 20th at 4:24 a.m. All right, economic news. 2 p.m. is the FOMC minutes, so there might be a little bit of volatility there. So put a vertical line on your chart at 2 o'clock so you don't forget. So I've got two stocks for you today. We've got Intel and we've got NVDA. So let's go ahead and look at the largest trades in the last month and see what's actually going on here. So on the right-hand side, you can see massive prints. Look at this, 1.8 million here at the bottom, and gapped up there. Looks like they're adding to their position. 7.5 million, almost 2.5, 2.2 million here. And then we move up. Here at the top, we had 4.5 million, 1.8, and 2 million, but we've pulled back to hold this, probably, what's this, 4.7 million here. So we came and tested this 20 simple moving average, increasing volume, moving up. We held the 4 and the 8 exponential moving average. So today we're moving up slightly, and let's see if we can move up. And remember, NVIDIA has earnings after the market, so that would probably help the other chips as well if it decides it's going to take off. But anyway, let's have a look on the intraday here on the left hand side with my pivots and cams. We're going to be bullish above 115.25. We've got this R1, and you can see here the first test of R1. We're pulling back. The 4 and the 8 have separated here, bit of a gap up. So let's see if this can continue on the upside a little bit. Target 116.67 is a cam, and we've got 117.50, 118.23 is 2 million, 119.43 is R2, and we've got 121.03 is the 1.8 million, 122.35 is this cam, and then 124.82, I've stopped here at 4.5 million, and it's also the very close to the $5 level, which would be 125. The ATR on this one is about $9, 8.89. So that gets us through the ATR anyway. Okay, bearish below 114. So let's get below this candle here. We could probably maybe come back to this level here, that post-market high. So 114, target 113.73. That's only giving you 27 cents on the first target, unless you want to keep this one. If you can move down if you don't like that first entry. Then we've got 113, 112.76 is a cam here, and that's what I had pointed out. There's the post-market high as a support if it might hold there. 111.78, 111, 110.50. I've put, 110.50. That's this low right here. 110, 109.82, 108.84 is right here. We've got my 200 exponential, 200 simple, double pivot and cam right here. This would be pretty strong. And then look at this. If we dip below and test this here, look, 1.8 million. So that's 4.7 million sitting right here. If we test this and break above, then probably going to head all the way back up. We'll see about that. Okay, let's move on to NVIDIA. Okay, so NVIDIA, largest trades in the last month. We've got here, this is April 28th. We've got massive prints. Look at all of these ones here. I will get through them. 2 million, 2 million, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 6.2, and another 6 at the top. So we had this April 28th pulled back, and it looks like this accumulation pattern. This is great, even on the intraday. So look, we opened on this print, pulled back a little bit, and taking off. So when you see that on the intraday, where we open, pull back, break the print or a cam, and start moving up, you can capture most of this during the day anyway. And so moving up through the prints here, and then we gapped up to about 235, pulled back to these print levels. You see this doji here, quite a bit of volume on that, sitting right here around the 220 level, this 6.2 million, and we've got 6 million here at 225. So let's see if this can actually move up. Now, earnings is after the market closed today, so we're going to have to watch that. I would imagine, and I'm not making a prediction here, we have our trade set up, but if earnings are good and we have all of this here, I would imagine that it would take off quite a bit. If they're selling, though, into earnings, then we can look potentially back here to 196, or a bit lower if they move below all of these prints on that. So I'm not sure, I haven't looked at the what the expected move is or anything, but anyway, we'll watch that into the close. So on the left hand side, let's go ahead and have a look. We're going to be bullish above 224.25. We've got a double pivot and cam, and you can see how strong these are. This one here, 405, tagged the R1 and pulled back, and so we're not tagging it again yet, but there's this one and the 224.22. So we want to be above this. We want this to be support, so maybe a break and a retest, and if this holds, then move up. So target 225.32 is this 6 million. Then we've got 227.26 is a cam, and then 227.57. So there's a double one up here as well, which would be the R2. Then 230, 231.25, 230, 250, 234.14 is R3. So what I did was I broke these out into psychological levels, moving up to this R3. So the ATR in this one's about $8, and R3 is usually overbought in that case. So we'll see. Bearish below 221. Let's get below here, 221. Now, why I say that, we've got this gap here, but there's not a lot to make a good, 50 cents or $1 on this one. We have massive support here. You see the post market, and we have the 200 exponential, the 50 simple, the 200 simple, and we've got a pivot and cam, and this is actually the post market support here. You can see that. And so bearish below 221, first target is the 6.2 million print, 220.61. Be very careful, because if we, maybe a bit of a liquidity sweep, break down below, test the print, breaking above again, just like in Intel, if this happens and breaks above, then we can move up. And you can see this here. This is a perfect example of that after the market. This one came down, hammered on this 3 million print, moved up, test the print, higher highs, higher lows, and we're moving up. This is the type of thing that you're looking for. And remember, I pointed that out on the daily chart on Intel, on where if this was a daily candle, but you're trading intraday, come down, you get the wick a little bit, and it starts moving up. That's how you trade with the actual prints. So yeah, bearish below 221, target 220.61 is the 6.2 million. 220.01 is a cam. Right here, 219.44 is this 3 million share print. 218.80, 217.52 is S1. Then we've got 217, 215.20 is 4 million. And then 214.43 is S2. So this is a pretty good setup on there. All right, there you have it. Those are your two trade setups for today. So please like, share, subscribe, and also subscribe to our weekly dark pool report, which is mobyticktrading.com/weekly-report. First name, email address, and you get our swing trade list every week, delivered Sunday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And we talk about the dark pools. We do the market overview. We cover the SPY, Q, IWM, plus 10 additional stocks with trade setups. So we've planned that out for you already. All right, happy trading, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow with all new trade setups. Take care. MobyTick has partnered with TrendSpider to bring real-time institutional trades to your charts. Click the link in the description below for more details.